Hey guys, Creator Mom. It's getting nice and chilly out. Anyways, I just wanted to make a quick video about walking by faith, right? In my other videos, I've been talking about boldly assuming that you are who you want to be, you are what you want to be. Yesterday, I was reading Neville Goddard's book called At Your Command, and oh, dude, read that book. If you're into reading spiritual texts, holy shit. That book is gonna just blow you away. There's so much spiritual power in that book. It's like when I read that book, I feel myself becoming almost like filled with strength, filled with power, because it's reminding you of who you are, right? But he's also explaining to you how to do this, how to walk like this. The book, like I said, is called At Your Command, right? So this is the thing about faith. You are making a decision. And it is so interesting because it does take boldness. It really does take boldness. And a disciplined mind. So you could say, what I say, I intend that my mind is disciplined, because it takes a focused mind. You can't be wishy-washy. When the Bible says, like, be hot or cold or whatever, like, don't be lukewarm, don't be on the fence, because it's one or the other. You're making a decision about how things are going to go. I've done this before, and I swear to God, it is literally there's a plane going over. It's literally like the most fun thing when you say, I've done this for it's funny because Shannon from Lifestyle Manifesting has done this too, but on the way to appointments, like say we're going to a doctor's appointment, like went to the dentist. She did this for her kid for the dentist too. I'm gonna focus more on my youngest too for this, but I said, because it was all three of my kids, and I said, this is what they're going to say. They're going to say everything went perfectly. I mean, everything is perfect. Wow, their teeth are great. They're not going to need anything. There's just going to be a cleaning. It's going to go wonderful. Like, I've done this. I have more examples because I've done this before. And that's literally what will come out of their mouth. I feel the excitement of this right down in my, I guess what people call your solar plexus, like right in my belly, in the Christian community, in the grace community, we say, like, you feel like it's in your belly, you know what I mean? Like, you feel all the power. It's like it's like this is where you see, but you feel all the power. I feel like right in the center of your being is, that connection. So, you start saying what the outcome will be, what that person will say to you, and they will say it. But it takes boldness. It really takes boldness. I want to emphasize that, because I feel like sometimes there's this like space. I call it a space. There's a space between that says, well, well, people make their own decisions, or, things like that, like, or you never know how it's gonna go, right? All these little statements that kind of put you in that lukewarm place, that warm place. Those words remove boldness. You cannot move forward in boldness if you say things like that. You're just not. You're just gonna be in that middle place. You know what I mean? You're making a decision. You're committing to the bit. Like, you're committing to the end. Like, if you want to walk by faith on a particular thing, what you're saying is, I'm making a decision that this is how it's going to work out. End of story. No matter what it looks like, no matter what is reflected back, I'm still committing forever and always to what I'm saying right now. Like, that's kind of how serious it is. Like, if that's what you want to see, you know what I mean? You're just making a commitment, basically. Like, there's so many examples. I don't want to give too many personal examples. because you don't share your desires with everyone. You don't share what you're going to do. You don't share your plans with people. Just like in the Bible, every time, what did Jesus say to people? Be quiet. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. Why? Because people come back, and Neville Goddard said they will reflect your fears back to you, right? Because when you begin walking by faith in something, you have to, if you're going to tell people, I mean, God, it's got to be an entrusted person who understands what you're doing and understands faith and manifestation. Because if they don't, do not tell them. Because in that beginning stage, you might have fears. You know what I'm saying? You're just starting out, and the seed is little. You know, it's like weak or whatever. It's just like, oh. And so you don't want to go around telling people what you plan, your big desire that's going to come to pass, that you don't know how it's going to unfold, because they're going to insert doubt and fears into your head, because they're going to reflect back to you probably some of the doubts and fears you're having, and plus their own mental attitudes. So you don't tell nobody, you know. I've had situations where other people's thoughts have come to me, or like, I can't explain it. Like, for instance, in my job, I made an appointment with this one guy, and when the guy that I work with went to go meet with that guy, he was meeting with him, and I said to myself, this is how it's going to go. XYZ is going to happen, and this guy is going to say this to the guy that I work with. And I swear to you that when the guy that I work with called me to tell me how it went with his meeting, he reflected back to me exactly what I said. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, I could. I was blown away, though. I was blown away. I was blown away. But the funny thing is this. Those thoughts came to me. So it's like a part of me feels like, which came first, the chicken or like, oh, hummingbird. Hey, cutie. No, wait a minute. That could have just been a cicada. I don't know. Anyways, they're little. Anyways, so yeah, it was reflected back, and I'm like, did that guy's telepathic thoughts come to me first? Or did that come from within me, and then I agreed with it, said it out loud, and then it went to him, you know? Either way, it's very exciting. So sometimes a thought will come to me in the form of somebody's voice, like a thought. If I like it and I agree with it, I say it out loud. I'll say, yes, he is going to say this, this, and that. I'll put a voice to it. I'll speak it out loud. And then sure enough, it came back to me, and they said, oh, this person said this, this, and that. And it was exactly the words that I said that they were going to say about me. Beautiful. I think that those are just displays of your power. You know what I'm saying? So you could see, right? So I could see what my power, you know what I'm saying? So we can be like, so our minds can be like, oh shit, whoa, like maybe my world is at my command. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe there's something to this, you know? And when it starts happening frequently, you know it's not a coincidence. It's just, come on. So another fun example that I had, this is just a fun example with my kids. My son's friend, my son was looking forward to playing Fortnite with his friend one evening over the phone. They were going to be over the phone. And his friend calls and says, my dad said, he said, I can't play. I'm grounded. I can't play, you know, for a while or something, for like 6 months or some shit. It was something ridiculous. Like my dad said, I can't play for 6 months. So I was like, oh, well, this kid is sweet though. This kid is sweet. I think I could tell he's probably been scapegoated. He's so aware of other people around him and like, oh, am I in the way? Or, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like hyper aware that maybe he's doing something wrong or offending somebody. So I noticed that about him, but I talked to him about it too. I said, you know, you're very empathic, you know, but I told him, don't, like, you know, just spoke to him about not devaluing himself and things like that. because he had, I'm going off into a side story, but he fell into the pool. He fell, like, as he slipped and fell into the pool. We're at the pool. And I was like, oh my gosh. We're like, oh, are you okay? He's like, oh, if it doesn't kill me, I'm fine, or some shit like that. And I said, you say that because your dad says that, right? Because clearly no little kid that's 12 years old fucking says that. Little kids are reiterating, what their parents are saying. So he's like, yeah, my dad says that. I said, no, you don't have to devalue yourself like that. Like, it's okay. Like, we want to know if you're okay, that you got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm running out of time in my memory. But real quick, his dad said he couldn't play for 6 months. So we were like, oh, shit. And all because he got into a fight with his sister. You know what I'm saying? Brother, sister shit. It seemed extreme. You know what I'm saying? Very extreme. So I thought, hey, guys, let's just say he can play tonight. Like, well, no, actually, I didn't expect it to happen that fast. Okay, I said, guys, we're going to say that James's dad just said, oh, it was a mistake, or okay, fine, you can play. Like, it was a mistake, a misunderstanding. Never mind. Like, cancel the punishment or whatever. Like, you can play. But I thought it was going to happen, like, the next day or something like that. I didn't expect it to move through so fast. But that one was instant, because within the matter of about a half an hour to 40, I think within a half an hour or so, he called us back or texted us back and said, hey, my dad changed his mind. I can play. And so that was really powerful. I was like, oh my God. I was taken back. I was like, holy shit. I said, I told my kids, I was like, yeah, look at that, because it seemed extreme. It was like, oh my God, 6 months? Like, come on, let's be real here. But yeah, and then he turned around that very same night in the matter of a few minutes. Oh, he changed his mind. So I pointed that out to my kids, like, hey, look, like, we manifested that shit. You know what I'm saying? No, like, so you know your power. So we have to know our power. Anyways, I gotta go. My memory is running out. And yeah, commit to it. You gotta commit boldly. Boldly come before the throne of grace.